Good evening everyone, Seth here and welcome to another episode of Playing Path of Champions Daily. Today is Tuesday and the footage you're seeing now is from Saturday because today I'm out for work, but I want to bring you this video at least so we can have something to watch. And you know, I'm pretty fine with this and with how this run went, so yeah. Today we're playing Aatrox against Lissandra, and as you can see, this was my PT game. So I've tried playing Aatrox for like 5 times before I got this, and to be honest, it went better than I expected. So let's talk about this run. So I'm running Aatrox to Strike Relics and a Fearsome Relic. So I'm mostly doing this because when I'm playing against Lissandra, I want to have some more form of damage, and with the amount of cost reducers, stuff like that, I've decided that it might be worth it to just run a Fearsome Relic instead of maybe like running Spell Shield or something like that. Because in the end, I don't really mind if Aatrox gets obliterated, even though I lose the weapons. Those weapons don't impact. Like losing those weapons doesn't impact me as much as say losing them as Ornn. So it's not that I'm bound by Vestiges of Helya, but it is a pretty decent relic to have. But it's not mandatory, and you will see that later during the video. So again, this was a game after a PT power, and I've grabbed probably the best option out of all of these, which was the support power, or rather the one that summons the sparring student. And thanks to that, I am able to generate quite a bit of value. Namely because, again, as Aatrox you want some units early in the game, you want to equip them, you want to get the discount train rolling, and in this case I get pretty lucky, I get at least some discounts on Aatrox, and again, this is like just good damage. It doesn't have to be anything else, to be honest, so... I am considering maybe like equipping different weapons. Oh yeah, so one trick that I've learned is that you can use Aatrox to generate 2 of them if you equip a unit with the Darkin Blade while the other Aatrox is still alive, and then you assimilate. Which is a pretty decent strategy because it allows me to completely roll over this fight afterwards. I do get a Furious Welder out of this, mostly because I didn't really want to deal with the losses anymore. I do lose a weapon, but it isn't really much of an issue. I get the Darkin Blade, and I assimilate. So I have 2 Aatroxes right now. One has lifesteal, one is just obliterated for now. And I also want to talk about the choices that I was offered at the beginning of the video. So the Cannon package, the Lux package, or the I think Hecarim package. And while none of these are like absolutely fantastic, I've decided it would be better for me to pick up Lux. Namely because there is a pretty decent amount of synergy between Lux and Aatrox, if you can believe it. Namely, generating, again, for example, this spell, if it's not discounted, counts as good amount of damage. So it counts like as for mana, and you also have the Aatrox champion spell, which counts as 3 spells, and they all in total cost 6, which is fantastic and really useful. Now we have double Aatrox, and now basically my Darkin are just free. With a small KV at that. No, they are just free. I don't think there is a Darkin that costs more than this. Also, I decided to level up Lux here. Doesn't really matter. I just wanted to like have an extra attacker. And I could have probably... I think this is more damage than just going for Naganeka and stuff like that. I think I do replace this in the end, but you know. And then I also replace this, just for more damage. So far so good, first encounter went surprisingly smooth, so... Also, I attack here without Lux, and then I literally get a worse unit, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. A little bit of a misplay, but it doesn't end up mattering, so... So far, so good. So this, again, this was a run after a good few attempts, so... There wasn't really no really good choices there. I decided to go for the lure because lure is like probably the best. I'm considering between Bakai and Chimes. Also I get a great encounter. I really dislike Warden of the Tribes as being one of the second encounters. I feel like second encounter, I feel like it should be moved towards maybe being a 4th or 5th one, because if you cannot deal with a 3 mana like 2/4 with tough on turn 1, then it's very highly likely that you just lose from this point. Unless they don't play it, which actually happens in this game, and I'm very surprised because they always draw and they always draw the unit, so I'm like, okay, I don't think that should be correct. They draw a card. So basically this encounter I win because the AI just doesn't play the best card in their deck. And I'm genuinely surprised. Why is that? I decided to go for this card here mostly because I want to shuffle some Chimes in. I'm thinking about blocks. I decided to like reduce some of the damage taken. I want to reduce Aatrox if possible, always, so... And also I can deal with whatever they play, so I'm fine with that. Get Darkin stuff back online. Get the Aegis, and then end turn. I'm setting up, maybe I can I'm thinking maybe I can set up some sort of assimilate plan going down. They play an elusive blocker and I'm slightly annoyed. I'm considering the Halberd here, but I decided it's not really that worth. Although, you know, if I can trade, then that's good enough. I do Welder first though, because I want an opening through the strike. I get the discount on Lux, which is fine, I guess. Another discount on Lux. I decided not trading the equipment here because I don't think it matters that much. Still haven't discounted anything that major, so... They play a bunch of units. Luckily I just deal with the lifesteal before they can heal anything. This horde really helps here. Also, I realize I have no more champions to draw. So that's slightly annoying. But it doesn't really affect the outcome of this game, so I leave it as is. I decide to just get a bunch of equipment down. Then maybe look to play Aatrox and just attack. I also see Entrancing Lure, which is a very good card, not gonna lie. And this allows me to level up Lux, which lets me remove the 10-3. So Lux mostly was picked here because she just feels like she feeds the deck pretty decently. I find a pretty decent spell. They do super cool star chart, which does absolutely nothing, so that's fun. They do play an Ancient Yeti, and that's pretty scary, but again, I can just barrier up, get Lux into the deck, play a Poro. They do have a Salty Spinner, but that doesn't really have anything that's like remotely scary. I do take a bit of damage, as you can see in this fight, but well, Aatrox is there. Aatrox is reduced to 2 cost, and I'm slowly gaining more and more ground against the Warden. If they started with Anura and Throop, this game would have ended way differently. Luckily, thanks to me having high enough stats, I can deal with both of these. And here I'm considering if maybe I want to sacrifice Aatrox, or maybe I want to play something else. I do lure because maybe I can generate something. I do find Equinox, and I do use it. It doesn't remove the power because, you know, it's a power. I decide to trade the Poro. Poro like didn't really do even anything, so you know, setting up for lethal. I'm thinking about maybe picking something else. Doesn't really matter at this point, so I could use Assimilate here, but I decided it's better to just finish up the fight in case they have something weird. And again, back to 36. That's not a bad clear. Could have been better, could have been worse. Kinda depends. So yeah, that was the plan. Now dogs. Dogs are a very scary encounter. I grab the spear because it's a Darkin. Poros, that encounter I basically ignore, so it doesn't really matter. But this one is fine enough. Back to 40, so I basically haven't lost anything. I decide that this hand is good enough, so I keep it, get a Lux. Doesn't really matter much, but should be useful. I get some pretty decent weapons, but I do begin with the Elk instead, just to see what they might play. And to be honest, their early turn isn't really fantastic. I grab an Aegis because, you know, this trades, it also sets up an equipment draw, even though I already have 2. Oh, and this I think is the encounter that I lose. Yeah, because they have triple Grave Companion, and I literally cannot answer all 3 of them and the follow-up. Which is completely insane. So, spoiler alert, if you can guess, I pick up a good fight here, but it's basically impossible for me to win at this point. I think I play like few more rounds, you know, I try killing maybe some of them, I kill 2, I draw like a single card, but again, concentrated strike, they have too many resources on hand, I cannot deal with everything that they do. And you know, it's not good at all. I pass, they buff, the dogs get buffed. They have Wild Claws, and at this point I realize, okay, I have no way of dealing with this in any good way, shape or form. They also play a 13 attack unit, which I can't even kill because it grants +2/+1 to all the dogs. And only their dogs, so fun. Yeah, at this point it's basically set in stone. I try maybe doing something better, but because this is also the fight where the power is giving tough when taking damage, I just get overwhelmed. And at this point I'm thinking, okay, this is probably the end of the road for me. There isn't really much I can do in this fight. I can maybe like kill stuff, but what then? It doesn't really help with anything. I'm trying, maybe I can find something interesting, but I only find the Serpent and then they just open attack and kill me. Oh, also Harsh Wind, so I can't even block well here. Which basically means that's the end of the... That's a revive down, basically. I'm just checking if I can maybe block some more damage, but I really can't. This doesn't even do enough damage, so... I'd do like a spiteful barrier and just surrender. Even though it doesn't let me, but that's fine. So revive is used up on the third encounter, which is not ideal. Definitely not a good play. I think this is an issue. However, I do get pretty lucky here. So this encounter goes way better, if you can guess it by the fact that I upload this video. So yeah. Pretty okay opener. I start with Conservator. They get the Messenger, which is fine enough of a start for me. Get an attack in. I don't draw Aatrox, which I'm not really worried about thanks to the Discord that I have in hand. They play the Buffy Dog, but that isn't really that great for them. And I'm like, oh no, is this going to be Grave Companion to Grave Companion again? Nope. I get pretty lucky so that it's actually not the case. They do play the 9-3 and I hate it. I try getting as many good trades as I can, reduce the damage taken, maybe get some discounts. The game freezes there for a bit. And I decide to go for Discord already, mostly because both of them are discounted, so I do burn one Aatrox because of the Poro, which is annoying, but you know, what can you do? So I'm down to only having Lux, so if I get if we go to overdraw, which I don't think will happen at all, then I might be having issues. But for now, the AI is drawing pretty poorly, at least poorly enough for me to win. But it is getting pretty scary. I'm considering maybe playing a lifesteal unit here, but I'm also cannot really do Discord because of the power that gives them tough and then +2/+2 if they survive damage. But I think I decide on it in the end because I realize I have no more stuff to draw, and I just need to get some blockers for now. Get maybe some equipment on things, make it so that my blocks actually benefit me in some way. And I'm going to cloud this game. I'm going to like fight for this game. Because, you know, it would be really dumb to lose this. You know, foreshadowing is literally devised used for... No, never mind. I'm just joking. Get a good clear. Get some discounts so I can slam down a Remembrance, maybe draw something extra. Lure isn't really helpful, but it's not bad as well. Grab the stuff, equip what I can. I realize that I make a mistake here because I should have equipped the Harp instead and put the zero cost equipment on the Poro. Or maybe equip the Aatrox first and then play the weapon on Poro. They have Concentrated Strike, and that's a huge issue because I'm not sure how I actually win this now. Well, I do know. I play a lifesteal unit, I equip it with the Darkin Blade. As long as I have the blade and as long as I have the assimilate power, then I can definitely do this, but it's not easy. Here I'm looking for maybe like a useful spell or maybe a unit. I grab Bakai, I grab the Aegis. This is going decently so far. Can't really kill anything, so I have to pass sadly here. If I saved one more mana, maybe I should have saved one more mana and just played the World Ender, but I decide it's better for me to just grab some blockers. Frostbite doesn't bother me. I barrier the lifesteal unit mainly because, you know, it's going to be more useful for me. I do regain 6, so not the worst. And I can start maybe setting up something bigger for the upcoming turns. I don't really have that many units to assimilate with, but I draw one. So I can go Elk, I can play the... Oh, they played Den Mother, which doesn't do anything luckily. I then play Mage Seeker Conservator, play the Spear since it's cheap, and I assimilate already. Getting both Lux leveled and Aatrox leveled, which gives me a pretty good boost for this game. Mostly because I get a pretty sizable board, which should be good enough to start challenging things. I also play Yoral, although it's not really that useful right now. I kill one of the cubs, because it's one of the few things that I actually can do. I decide on attacking, dragging this because I can kill it, and then attacking with Strayu because I think I need to draw more and more answers to this. I can't really attack with anything else right now, although I try. And I think I just back out of this attack because I realize it doesn't really make much sense. But I decide with Anaka maybe I can draw a Darkin or something, some like good damage. I draw a pretty useful card and I get a 4/5/3. Nothing that great to be honest. I do use Staryu to kill off the largest dog that they can't block with. So I get a good trade and some pretty mediocre ones. But it's good enough because I can just replay them as Darkin, so not a big deal. I also make sure to protect my Aatrox for now, because I think that if they draw any removal, this just I basically lose it from that point, so I need to be pretty careful. I'm considering what I wanna attack, but I don't really get anything. I play Anaka instead of on the Preservarium, mostly because this isn't really like a good time for me to draw even more cards, so they attack. I'm considering what I maybe wanna throw out. I decide on Staryu or Strayu rather, because I can replay it, and also Anaka because Anaka doesn't give me that much value right now. And you know, Strayu. I also play Consult the Heavens even though it doesn't do much. I do want to get a final spark, maybe deal some extra damage here and there, like making this dog more susceptible to combat damage. I decide not to play anything else because at this point I'm trying to get this out of the way. Get a scout attack in, they don't block because apparently they don't like to block scout attacks for some reason. I attack with everything, get some draw, I get a staff doesn't really help, I get another staff, it doesn't really help either. But they cost less, and this attack basically clears most of their board, which I'm very happy about. I do draw another Lux, slightly too late sadly. I would have probably just saved Aatrox, but that's also fine. And here I I'm trying to set up a situation where I can win by not directly hitting the Nexus. Because I know my stats are not good enough to actually matter. So what's the answer? Impact. That's the answer. 3 more cards in the deck. I can't really afford to stay longer here. Frozen Fury is very scary. And the best thing I can do is just barrier up and hope that they don't deal too much damage. I check my remaining cards in the deck. The choices are not good, I'm not gonna lie. I grab some blocks, some of the cheaper ones. Bulkax. I can't play the other one, but I know that I want to at some point. I draw the Darking Spear, which is good enough for me. I think here I should have... yeah, I do equip it as an equipment actually, and since equipment use spell mana, it helps me a little bit. I do make a mistake of not playing Bulkax first, but I'm trying to see how much impact damage I can do, and I decide that I will be better off just dealing with some of their more scary stuff, because I can just block their non-overwhelm damage. So Lux, obviously. They try striking my Lux, but I get a barrier, and all of my stuff gets plus 3 impact, which is gonna be important. I also play Anaka because at this point, you know, I have to just survive. And here I think I can lose. If this fight goes too long, I definitely lose, but I can win because I draw Lux. So I draw Lux, I use the barrier, I use up all my spell mana, I get the Final Spark. The Final Spark doesn't do anything, but I can just open attack, and this is enough damage to deal with impact. It was a very close fight, not gonna lie. If I had to stay longer and they had more removal, then I would have lost. But thanks to the fact that I can manage my resources pretty well, I do prevail, which is very nice. I kinda dilly-dally about here, I think. Oh yeah, I'm checking something, so small break, just to take a little bit of sip. Here I'm considering the choices. I do take Eager Apprentice because Eager Apprentice can go into a weapon, which I like, and we go for Eternal Remitter. None of these care. No. And I was looking for Vestiges of Helya, and I'm considering maybe Arms Race or Animated Armor, but I decide on the Board Wipe. And I get a pretty good payoff for this because I get Trifarian Might, which works really well with my Darkin and really well with, especially with Aatrox. Next encounter, get some stuff done. Get Aatrox, get some kind of mediocre equipment, but it's not the worst. Mage Seeker, Eager Apprentice. I can do Eager Apprentice into any weapon that I want, so I go for the Darkin stuff twice. Mainly because it gives me more discounts and it helps me maybe get some spell mana. Both go for Lux, which I am not a fan of, but you know, can't really do much about that. I'm considering what I wanna pick. I should have probably picked an Entrancing Lure, but I think that's fine. I just grab as many units as I can, and then I think I equip the... yeah. I equip the Halberd onto Lux. I get Strong Arm, which is a card that I use in this fight, unironically. Get Aatrox discounted, so that's great. Sadly, it dead stairs clears a good bunch of my board. I'm considering maybe already using the strong arm, but I decide against it. I want to see what more they play. They play an 8-8, doesn't really do much. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. And thanks to the discount, I can go Aatrox, clear off those smaller units. And then, since they don't really play anything, I decide to actually strong arm. Mostly because I don't want to deal with a 2020 attacker that I can only block with like one thing. I am pretty hesitant to do it anyway. But in the end I figure out that might as well do it. Winter's Breath, bad, not good, no bueno. But it doesn't kill. I'm considering maybe I can do something interesting here. I decide to just go for the draw, find maybe something cool. I grab Supernova, Supernova is great, so... And they have another Winter's Breath, and I'm pretty annoyed at that. Because my things die, and I can't really play anything to follow up. Well, except another Aatrox, and I don't really want to do that. So I just pass. I wait for them to play something. They get Mind Splitter and they get a 16-16 Yeti, which is a little bit of an issue. I decide to go for Poro Blockers because I would be taking those 16 damage anyways. And I don't really want to block with Aatrox or do anything rash, so... And I also want to take a little bit more damage to maybe like heal it off later down the line. And with Triple Strike I get everything out of the picture, so good enough. I go for Assimilate already because my hand is mostly Darkins and I prefer to be able to play them actually, so yeah. I do get Bulk Axe as my other unit. And that means I can also play Tarash, which is nice. They have a Winter's Breath and I'm like, no way you have 4th one, right? I decide to check what I can actually play and the answer is Ibaros, so... They play a Wild Claw, that's gonna be annoying. I can't really attack because of the freeze, so I pass. I'm armed with a 7 mana Supernova, which is fantastic. Meanwhile, they draw the draw of their life. Double stats, I'm like, okay, no, that's gonna be bad. And it is bad. So I obliterate both of these. I don't want to deal with any of them. So now, next turn, Ruination. Very important draw this game. I go for the attack. Even if they block, I'm fine. But if they start chaining more crap, then I might be doomed. And they start chaining more stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. I should have just passed here instead of playing this. This Horde. They have Mind Splitter with 40 power. I'm deciding what I want to do. I don't want to do Ruination already. Because I want to wait for another turn and then maybe set up on the next turn. And I'm doing this kind of poorly. Although I do find Remembrance, which I will use. Level up the Poro. It gets Lifesteal, doesn't really matter. They play a massive Vox, and I'm like, nope, 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 nope. I'm considering maybe I can do something about it, but then I realize, nah. This is Ruination angle. No other question about it. It does bring me back some weapons, so... And I also get a 0 cost Remembrance, which is pretty nice. So I wouldn't call this the cleanest fight, but it's good enough. So I equip around. I should have probably equipped that on the... Doesn't really matter, on the Drake, but at this point it literally doesn't matter. And I win it. And I'm like, okay, if this can win, then I might have a chance against Lissandra. But I will need to use a lot of resources. I will need to manage my like play. So it's possible, but it will be tough. I'm considering getting another Darkin stuff, but I think that I have too many equipment anyways, so I decide on the Cultist, and that's not a bad choice. I go for the what I'm offered, and nope, none of this matters for me, so. Bone Scryer, I don't like this encounter, but at least it's not second, and it's not double stats with Fearsome. That's for sure. That's not a good opener, so, you know. Mulligan a bit, get some extra value, maybe. I get double, I get some good enough stuff, so. They draw cards, I draw cards. I play an Eager Apprentice because I think it's better for me to just play Apprentice into like a weapon and then go for the attack. And since these cost 1, I'm totally fine by playing this. 10 damage, good enough. I get discounts on things I don't really care about. But they don't have a turn 1 play, when I'm pretty surprised because normally they do. Aatrox in hand, very nice. Avalanche, one thing will die sadly. But at least I can follow up with like Cultist into Cultist.
I will take this power in my lady's name.
They don't seem to particularly care, so neither I do. Neither do I. Neither I do. Neither do I. Get a weapon. The weapon does nothing because the power obviously triggers. I grab a Fun. Fun is nice. They do Bloodsworn Pledge, and that's pretty scary. So I decide to go for Lux. And I'm considering maybe I want to attack anyways, but I decide I think I want to keep up like my guard up. Yeah, especially for stuff like Tarxas, which can be annoying to fight against. It is dealing and taking less damage, but I can't really afford to block any of these, so I decide to block as many and as well as I can.
You'll go no farther.
I still take 10, which is not good. The upside is I strike with at least one weapon, which isn't a lot, to be honest. But I can play Remembrance for 0. Yeah, I wouldn't call that the best trade offer, but you know, I get a 2-3. Wow, kinda low roll. It's worse than a 3-3 as well, because grab a Fun. Maybe I can start working on something here. The upside is that Aatrox is currently high enough in power to just kill 2 things, or actually 3 things, because good power. I'm considering maybe running Aatrox into them, and I do with Challenger. I do grab. I'm considering Serpent, and I do grab it because Serpent is pretty nice. I also find a Ruination, which is going to be useful. There goes my plan of trying to kill the wolf, so I instead just drag as much and as many to deal as good of a damage as I can. The wolf is obviously an issue, but it's not a major one, so get some draw, get some stuff up. I do have a strike spell. I'm considering maybe using it already, but yeah, I do. I just want to heal. I want to like shuffle, and we are getting close to a turn where the AI can do some nasty things, so I'm just mostly setting up here. They get a Frostbite, that's fine, doesn't really matter. I have pretty good backside, I guess, of my units, so Grab an Aegis, get some extra stats. They don't do anything. I'm considering maybe World Endering, but it doesn't feel right. So I do it now. For whatever reason I decide to. They gain some extra health on the snail moth, and that's bad. So it's not the worst thing that I did this, but could have been better. Grandfather Ramul is pretty annoying. So I decide to at least pop the spell shield. Oh, I don't. Why do I do that? I think I just want to draw mainly. Yeah, I wanted to Deathbringer, kill the snail moth, deal with whatever stuff they have, and then attack with, you know, the units that actually can attack or don't care about attacking. So I wanted to use Wildclaw Ferocity, but I realized that it's a focus speed spell. So my mistake. Raoul will go down. I also do this, since this costs 0, I just want to break the spell shield in case something bad happens, but it's not the end of the world, for now at least. I notice I can play Prana, so I decide to hold back a bit. And what do they play? Gorleaf! It leaves them at 12 HP, and that's a 23. And I'm not very happy about this, because I would prefer to not die, so I go for the Preemptive Ruination here. I am considering this plan. Maybe it would be better to just not do that, but I realize pretty quickly that dealing with a Gorleaf is more important than taking the damage, so I play Lux, get a Remembrance off since I already did so much here this turn. I get a 3/3, yippee! Not great. Will this be lethal? Maybe. I think it is, but I mess. Actually, I don't, because it sets to HP, so it's more. And even though that encounter was pretty scary, I prevail, which is nice. Also, we are slowly reaching that time. Here I pick up Aatrox. It's pretty simple. So 2 encounters. I was considering maybe doing something else, and I'm considering double Time Ward, but you know, more stats better, obviously. I'm like looking what I wanna grab. I grab Doubling Dice and this, and I grabbed Summon a Champion because I decide it might be better to just have an extra champion. And Wallop on sale, a really good card. Stun is always very nice. So yeah. Anivia. I think this encounter goes a little bit longer, but it's nothing that bad compared to the other ones. I draw one of the ruinations, which is going to be important. So is it? I think it is, but not right now at least. I can get a good challenger value, which I do. The Ancestral Bone, understandable. Get a lifesteal unit, you know how it is. Discord. Scattered Pod, pretty annoying, but like not dangerous because you can just go Cultist. They do have Harsh Winds, Rude. Most of my stuff also dies now, Rude. I keep the I keep the flower alive. Bakai, maybe I can find something interesting. I go for the Aatrox just to get stats. And have a backup plan. You never know when you need a backup plan of a backup plan. Bloodletters. Wings of the Cryo Phoenix, well, not much I can do about that. I'm considering maybe I wanna do something, but I really don't. I do grab Darkin Spear just to have like a 3-5 challenger. That's annoying. And I decide to kill the elusive one. Get a good trade. Get the harvesters.
Eternal winter.
That's rude. I play Aatrox. It's less rude now. I kill 3 things. Really nice. Get heal, get value. I strike the Agnivia because nope, I'm not letting that happen. Get this horde off just to break the spell shield. That's why I said I wanted to break spell shield on the last on like the last fight, because I forgot which one was which. But you know, in case I need like some sort of spell break, then it would be nice. I'm considering maybe what I want to do, but the best answer is to just go in, deal damage. If they have Ruination, then they have it. If they don't have it, then they don't. Simple. Deathbringer. They have Gift, which doesn't matter for this. So... they play a 9-9. I wouldn't call it massive issue, so we call on the Darkin boys. Get some good value here. I replace one of the Paras because why not? And here I think they play Cryo Phoenix. It kills like 2 things, so wouldn't call that a major issue. Grab a nice Eager Apprentice that also kills, which is nice. Now they Ruination. Okay, that's rude. I burn a bunch of my equipment. I don't burn Aatrox's weapon, which at this point doesn't matter because I already used up the Assimilate. I kinda wonder if they would ever print a card that also says Assimilate on it, but maybe not every unit, but like some of the units. Since I wait, I just drop an Anaka, get some equipment up. I decide to not equip here. No, I do. Yeah, I do equip here. End round. I'm looking at maybe what I might find. Play the Bakai. I see Lux. I should have probably picked Wallop on that point. Oh no, an 11-11. What will I do? I have an Aatrox. Death upon you. They have harsh winds, but they are running out of steam and I have so many more resources in my hand that it doesn't matter. I attack with everything that makes sense. I grab a Yorel. Yorel. Or rather Yorael? I don't know. Darkin name's kinda weird. But yeah, good enough. They draw something. They draw an Awakener. I don't care at this point. Even if they heal 9, I'm still winning this race way more handily. I should have probably played Lux first, but doesn't really matter. I'm considering maybe doing something more interesting with Aatrox here, but not really. Go to attacks, drag this out. I drag out a 3-2, so it doesn't matter. gift, so they heal, they draw. But good enough trades anyways. Get cost reduction and everything. They have another Awakener. Doesn't really matter at this point. I'm trying to find maybe something interesting to do, but it's just stolen right now. Oh, Falling Comet, yes. A really nice peak. Level up Lux. You know how it is. Very, very, very nice. Final spark damage, just to get down a little bit lower. Not zero low enough, but lower. They have very nice. I'm more annoyed than angry at this. I do lose a bunch of equipment, which is rude. But I just look. I look at what I entomb and I just, you know, replay Aatrox. Replay some units just so I have an out in case they like get another harsh winds, which I don't think should happen. Actually, I just played these two, I guess. I should have played like 2 more units there since I had them. But it's done, and now we move on to the last encounter, which will take, if my eyes don't deceive me, it will take like 15 minutes at minimum. Great scout pickup there. Grab a barrier because barrier is good. Frost Gathers Lysandra. Let's go. So Frost Gathers is probably one of the better ones for this fight. Mostly for Aatrox. For other champions it kind of depends. But since Aatrox isn't really an engine on its own, I don't think it matters that much that they have some extra toughness. Draw double Aatrox, really nice, will be very helpful. Get some stuff in there. So they start with a Ruination on an empty board. Okay. I'm glad you did that. Eager Apprentice into a weapon, that's the plan. They do play Lys, so I'm just like trying to conserve some of my resources at least. I don't hit anything in particular. I do use Discord already, even without value, just to have like more blockers, maybe draw something interesting into my hand for the next turns. Frozen Thrall, kinda bad because now I have to deal with the 9-11, which is pretty scary. But play the flower, flower kills. Kill them. Destroy them. Make them submit. But yeah. Get an equipment. Do an attack there. I'm mostly trying to like set up some good strikes for Aatrox. Obviously I'm not discounting Aatrox, which is an issue. So this fight will take a little longer because of that. Wallop, fantastic draw from my side. They have Lysandra, that's cool, that's fine. Lysandra is not an issue for now. It is pretty annoying, but I don't really have much to do with. Play Lux. They obliterate my 6-7, which is rude. Mainly rudeness comes from obliterating the spear, I guess. And they summon more units. Cool. I like it. I try clearing my hand a little bit. Take 30 damage, that's not optimal. Not good at all. And I still don't get the discount on Aatrox, which is not good at all. So you might say, okay, this is not good. They play Por. You never know. Succumb to the cold. They don't really do much with this. And I'm considering what I might wanna do right now. I grab the Bloodletters. DEI tends to not block these attacks, so... Well, they do this time. Okay, maybe I can get a discount on Aatrox. And I do. Good, we are back in the game. That was basically a free discount, which is pretty important. get Lysandra off the table, get a Thrall and like more units off the table, which is fantastic. They go for Ice Shard. Not a good situation for me. So I decide to keep it as it is, not attack. Keep Aatrox in the back, I have some removal up, and I even deal some extra damage because the flower enters again. They play Ice Shard, and I'm not sure what to think about this. So I go for the death. So I think, yeah, I think I go for the stance here. The more expensive one for now. Even though it tells me it will kill both, but I'm fine with that. Am I fine with that? I think I'm considering it, but I do go for it. For the higher health unit. Namely because I don't want to take as much damage. And they play another Ice Shard and I'm getting confused. Well, they played the entire stack, so I can't really do much but barrier, which I cannot do. Because it will die. But yeah, they basically clear my entire board. Not good outcome. That's okay. Maybe I can get a discount on Aatrox. I don't. So my stuff dies. They deal a bunch of damage. That's not good. That's pretty bad. But I can survive this for a round. I play for because I got a discount on Wallop. So I play Forsaken Bakai. Try finding stats, and I do, thanks to Aatrox. They open attack, I Wallop their other unit. 5 damage, so I'm down at 4. That's not the end of the world, but I wouldn't say it's looking good. But we've been through worse. I've survived one of the recent episodes on 1 HP, so here I will just bring myself back up. Keep going. Keep more damage. They have a Thrall. I'm considering maybe playing something here, and I go, you know what, Conservator is not that bad. They entomb, so in response I just decide, I think this would be a good idea to just slash. Get more health in. I can block the... what's its face? I can block the Watcher, so not bad. Damage being done. No way. I think they've dealt like more damage to themselves than I did so far. Okay, they don't have anything. And they do, and then play Ice Shard. Okay, that's rude. Let's draw something. Staff, nope. Lure, not really. So pass. That's not good, but at least next turn I can maybe attack with Aatrox. I like play Lux. I decide this might be a good opportunity to do so. Aatrox out, heal 2 at least. Ruination in my hand, very nice draw. Get open attacking. They draw 3 sisters into another obliterate. I'm like, well, fun, I guess. I should have maybe drawn there, but at the same time I don't really care. I'm thinking about playing maybe Zolani, but I think, okay, Bloodletters should be better. I can't really drop Bolcax yet because, again, I'm worried that I might see like a chain reaction of, yeah, Harbinger into maybe like Very Nice. That would suck. I do play Bakai because I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can get something out of this. Ruination, that's good. Nope, it succumbed to the cold. So it doesn't kill me, but it makes it pretty inconvenient. The upside is Aatrox comes back again, heal back more health. 2 Ruination in hand, so I can definitely ball here. They draw a Thrall, that's not good. But the Thrall isn't that scary right now. Because I think they haven't got a chance to... Oh no, actually they did. They already discounted, so... Okay, that's not good. but I can block this. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about going for one of the ruinations right now. But I'm thinking, okay, I was considering maybe I can wait a turn and then they would play something and then I would kill that. But that's fine. I get Empyrean Dance, which is sweet, not gonna lie. I decide let's grab Zolani. Zolani will definitely like help me stabilize a bit. Play Yoral since discounts, and let's go. And what do they draw? Frozen Thrall. That's not the worst. I can recall it like during the attack or do stuff that if I need to. Grab the Darkin Blade onto the or stuff. No, I play Bulk. Ah, okay. I play Bulk Axe, deal some damage. I take some damage, but I'm pretty healthy at the moment. I don't really need to do much, so I'm considering doing like World Ender for no reason. I grab a Darkin Blade and then strike down this. Get some extra value on Bulk Axe. You know, I need to start dealing damage, at least a little bit, so that's nice. Bloodletters, very nice. I decide to equip it first. And they draw Boadir, which is the worst case scenario for me. And I'm thinking, okay, can I do something about this? Yes. And I decide to go for Empyrean on one of the Frostguards. I didn't go for Boadir because I don't want more Thralls against me. This also deals some pretty significant damage, so... Also get Lure, grab Falling Command, Keeper of the Box in hand. I don't play it this turn, I think. Yeah, because I'm already overburdened, I guess. Get good 7 damage in. Get more damage in. I'm considering maybe it's worth to keep Bulk Axe around, but I decide no. I think at this point they already did good enough, so get some discounts. Get more discounts. Get good damage in. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. What can be pretty bad? Very nice. Rude. So they get this. They destroy my Darkin Blade and that sucks. And also they get double attack, so I have to Ruination here. The upside is that keeping this Ruination, like getting the second Ruination was pretty key of Predict. Lifesteal, really nice. With some Scout, you know how it is. I'm considering maybe doing stuff here, but I grab another unit, that's a barrier, that's fine. I don't want to World Ender yet, so open attack, get healing, I'm back to 21. Or I'm not, because Succumb to the Cold comes into play. Very rude. They play their Thrall, so, you know, Falling Comet takes a quick care of that. Try getting more damage in. I'm considering maybe, okay, maybe it's time to use World Ender, why not? It's not like I care about that much, so Zolani. I need some extra healing, so that's why I was mostly thinking about it, but yeah. Strike spells on my hand, so if in case anything happens, it's not the worst. Get a stun, very, very, very nice. They play Boadir, another one, rude. Luckily, this Zolani is large enough to deal with that. And I even get a second copy, which I can use, and I do. Back to 40. And I get another copy, which is fantastic news for me. And I'm like, okay, do I just... Yeah, I go Scout, because I'm like pretty sure that they have something. And then draw Ice Shard, which only makes them take more damage, and like kills one of my things, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Zolani in, damage in, And that's lethal. And that's Aatrox. It took me multiple tries to do that, so not that bad, not that good either. And with that, we are down 24 clears. 24 clears. I'm like 20 something clears already done, so yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. This video will be scheduled for Tuesday, and that's it. Yeah. So with that, on Wednesday I'll be uploading like another scheduled video, but it should be fine. So take care.